It's early, it's windy, and it's cold. Best conditions for success. Why? You can just visually see it when you come out into the world at this time. There's no one out here. When you're the only one out here doing what you're doing, you're probably part of the elite group. I'm sure you guys have seen that video out there where the guy's like got a little chart up on the board, and he's like, the more you fuck around, the more you find out. And if you don't fuck around, then you're not going to find out. You know, I've seen it. I'm sure a lot of other people have seen it. But it's kind of funny, but at the same time, it's true. And it applies directly to working out and really anything for that matter. But, you know, I apply it to this and to finances and everything else. But, like, if you don't get out here or get to the gym or start training, you're not going to find out. That's for sure. So if you only train for 30 minutes a day, which is fine, but you're only going to find out that much. So the more you fuck around, the more you work out, the more you're going to find out how great it feels to be in the best shape of your life. But yeah, it all goes back to what I've been saying, that basically this stuff is not easy, but it's worth it. You know, it really isn't easy at all, and which is mainly why no one's doing it, or very few people are doing it. Like, you see a lot of Instagram people and TikTok people and fitness people on the social medias and stuff, but that's such a small percentage of what the actual population is. Rarely do you see someone else out there that's like extremely fit. You really don't. And that's just the truth of the matter. Like, usually when you go out, you just see mostly normal average people. And then when you see someone like extremely fit, it's very rare. There's somebody else over here. But, like, that's the only person I've seen out this entire time. But yeah, it's extremely rare to see, you know, certain groups of people. And like when you go to a marathon, for instance, you go to a big city marathon, you see all these runners congregated, and it's like 40,000 runners or something. Yeah, but like, that's not a lot considering the amount of people on the fucking planet. And it's exciting being a part of that group. But my main point of all this is that training your physical body is going to be the hardest, if not one of the hardest things that you're going to do. If you're going to get yourself in phenomenal shape and train 2+ hours a day and actually get to athlete status, it is going to be one of the most strenuous fights that you're going to get into in your life. And when you do that, and the only reason that I suggest doing it is because it makes everything else easier. If you've got out there, like, let me put it this way, when you go to work, when you go to your job that you kind of have to go to pay for your, you know, housing and food and everything, like, when you go and do that, you feel that you have to, you know what I'm saying? You feel that you have to go and do those things. But working out is one of those things where you also have to, but a lot of people don't think that they have to. They just, you know, it's one of those like chores that they feel like they can like neglect here and there, and that it doesn't mean anything. But in fact, it is one of the most important things that you do daily or on a schedule weekly. You don't have to do it every single day, but, you know, it's important to rest, obviously. But to get into a routine and make it part of your life is almost number one. First things first sort of thing. And when you do that, you realize that it makes everything else easier. If you can get out here when it's cold, when it's early, when you're tired and you don't want to get up, and you don't have to get up. That's the number one thing. You can let that alarm clock go and wake up 30 minutes before work, get out of bed, go to work, and no one's going to come and lock you up. No one's going to fire you. No one's going to yell at you. No one is going to say anything to you. You're literally just going to be like most people. And the fact of the matter is that when you start to do those things, when you get up and go out into the world, go to the gym, go for a run, do whatever, and you come back from that and you continue that on for, 6 months, a year, 5 years, 10 years, all that, you're going to realize that everything else is so much easier. Sitting on the couch and reading a book in a nice, warm, cozy atmosphere with a cup of coffee or some hot cocoa or something, that is so easy. That is so fucking easy. It's laughable. And I get studying and achieving educational success is also difficult. But when you are training your physical body, which involves pain and agony a lot of times, you realize that how laughable it is to like endeavor yourself to, create an endeavor to achieve a educational goal, like read more books or start reading, some educational stuff and get a degree or something. You realize how much easier that is than the physical training part. That, don't get me wrong, that is difficult, but what I mean is that you cannot start doing those difficult things and think that they are laughable and less difficult than physical training if you haven't gotten into physical training. If you haven't gotten into the best shape of your life and seen how difficult that is, then you can't possibly see how remedial just reading or studying or learning some new thing is. And all it is really building habits and turning one page after another and just reading word after word. But what I'm saying is you don't have to get out here and experience the elements and really get into like survival mode to do those things. Getting out here, experiencing the world, getting in the best physical shape you could possibly get into, man, that is the real shit. That is the animalistic shit. That's the true nature of our stuff. That's what human beings were originally meant to do, is survive. So getting out here, experiencing the world, training in the environment, like that's going to set you up to do the rest of your life easy, to live easy, do the hard stuff. Make yourself do the fucking hard stuff. The hard stuff is getting the fuck out here and experiencing this world that we live in, physical training, doing the super hard, painful stuff, so that when you go and you're sitting on the couch reading a book in the warmth, in your Snuggie, drinking a cup of coffee, you realize just how easy that is. And that's all I got to say about it, is honestly just, it's so painfully easy to do the easy stuff. But you will only realize how easy those things are when you get out here and get uncomfortable and start to train your body and get in the best shape of your life. So like, the time is now. Don't let another fucking day pass by where you don't wake up and try something new and become that person who you want to be.